What's up, baby dolls? You and I are here to mog all the non-believers. I want to share some pictures, some posts here with you, some high-value content, just bringing you the theme of the month. And I want you to keep this stuff in the back of your head as we traverse the crypto cycle. Remember, it's been a long, vicious waiting period to get here. And you all know, right? The N-word, the narrative, it's always Fugazi. Okay, I just want to show you a collection of stuff. It's going to be quite interesting here for you. So first, Richard Hart twerking, right? This man defeated the SEC. You are not bullish enough. You know, Richard Hart twerking on stage. Who would have thought back in 2022 that all the outrage marketing would have eventually come back to do and pay itself in terms of dividends? Now, back then, everyone was like, well, this just didn't work. But it just didn't work in the way people thought it was working. You got to think of it like this. It's more like the business cycle is outside of our control, and you lay the foundation. And like, if Ethereum cranks at a certain point, if the business cycle, the business PMI cranks at a certain point, we're ready to go. But if they don't crank, we can't do anything at all. You know, you pretty much got to go back into training mode. And training mode, which, you know, I say training mode, but it's more like a nuclear 4.5-year winter for altcoins. That's the thing that there's always question marks. But also, you got to know that if it's truly a believer's cycle, how it's going to look like to other people out there is that people will just see this period of time and they go, wow, it was literally going on forever. You thought it was going to get better each corner that you turned, and it never got better. It got worse and worse and worse for everyone until finally it got better. Also, man, I love this from Mr. Hex Jam Hex when he asked, check this out, are you paying attention? Amazing. Here we go, man. This is so funny. You're checking it out. Are you paying attention? So, StableCoin super cycle, friends. You're seeing it from literally everywhere, all around, all over cryptocurrency industry. StableCoin super cycle, JP Mosquito, all the banks coming in. Stablecoins. Remember, they enable all the governments out there to mint their fiat, which is just their paper currency. Of course, we just say fiat's not a car, even though it sounds like the car. No, they mint their own currency, and they can mint it out of nowhere, out of the printer. And stablecoins basically just let everybody hold them digitally. They're like, oh, wow, this is a new digital online ecosystem, a world out there. And, you know, the cool thing is you are now allowed to own my poop, which is pretty good, which gives value to me. Oh, man, when this happened, I just got to remind you, man, this MicroStrategy, multi-share, Ponzi stuff, we all know how it ends, man. I've got so much content. I've made it for you. My tweets, my posts, my videos. I've got to remind you, man. And they're always, friends, you know, I'm telling you, man, the silly-willy, low IQ people, the ones who don't sound smart, they're not the ones who end up getting in the world of trouble. They never do. You know why? Because they can't convince people of anything. Because they're not convincing. The dangerous people are the smart ones. It's like they're too capable. They know the words to say. Their passion is contagious, right? Where they're like, you know what? 2 + 2 is actually 15. It's not 4. It's 15, right? And it really is, friends. It's like drug addicts, you know. Like, you know, one of BitBoy, one of his friends, I forgot the gentleman's name. He made like this long essay. And he said, man, there was one point, he goes, I was this close to paying for him to go to rehab. He goes, I regret it. I should have just paid for him to go to rehab. Now, BitBoy, when he was like, you know, obviously peaking, right, crackified, he wouldn't have gone anyway. He would have found the way to do that. But I remember in his saying, he's like, man, when these people, they spin their own world, they for a second, they convince you that 2 + 2 really is 15. Right, and they're like, no, I can function doing this. I found the way to get this to work out, you know. But what I'm doing is I'm showing you we are no different to the people with the financial alchemy, okay? Actually, it's worse than the financial alchemy. You want to know why? Because when you crack out with like a physical drug, your body actually starts to wear down, you know, start losing your teeth, sleepy, sunken face. Like your body actually starts giving you thousands of signs like, oh man, I can't do this anymore. You know what I mean? With the financial alchemy and the leverage, okay, your dopamine is like infinite, friends. It's gambling. The number can be infinitely big. Your brain, your body, our bodies, we have not evolved to deal with like when dopamine just goes up, it's like, oh, it's rising. Yeah, but there's totally different, man. Like, so going from $10 to $20 in a little like cute, kids poker game, you get the same dopamine as like when you put in $1,000 to $2,000 or like $100,000 or $200,000, like that 2x. Do you know that? You get that little dopamine. It's moving up, right? Whereas when you're dealing with chemicals in your body, it's different, right? Your body does know the difference between getting a bit tipsy on a bit of alcohol and then full, maybe you're smacking up some H or something. You know what I mean? Like your body actually like passes out because you wear out, right? Basically, your body pushes the off button for you before you even like can decide anything about it. In markets, though, your body doesn't have a response. It's just like you're fried. Okay, here's Michael Saylor on his website. Now I got it. Dev's cooking, right? I just got to show you Michael Saylor out here, and you just got to think about. It's a dopamine, friends. I'm telling you, it's a dopamine, man. I know. No one believes me until the cycle, and I'm telling you now, man. You're trading an emotional cycle. That's what emotion is, fans. Fear and FOMO, right? So he actually said on stream, and was referring to his stretch stablecoin STRC, right, giving 9% infinite Ponzi yield at the time. He says, "This is our iPhone moment." Okay, he actually said this, bro. And I've written here, looks like we're going to pump into euphoria and trap them all in. So, you're telling me that you finding a way to borrow Ponzi money from people out there, you're equating that and just like literally just taking other people's money to buy Bitcoin. Okay, that's all you're doing. Okay, you're equating that with creating one of the world's greatest financial retailer products. Right? It's just, this is our iPhone moment. I'm like, what? And I'm not even here like laughing all the way because we're still seriously long. Right? Of course we are. You know what I mean? Like other people who are sidelined, they'll be like, ha ha ha, this is going to fail. Yeah, it is going to fail, but you're going to look really, really embarrassed first because it's going to go up first, right? Everything's still going to crank first. But we still got to be careful of that because, I showed you, friends, with Luna, in September 2021, someone made a big article about Luna going to zero. They said, hey, this is how it can go down. They mint the money, the stablecoin cracks, and then they actually basically, however Luna collapsed, this guy made a whole thread and forecasted it. The thing is, though, Luna was $31. And then a week later, it was $40, right? And then a month later, it was like 60. And by the end of the year, it was 90. And then I think in like February of 2022, went up back to 100. You know what I mean? Like you made your essay about it going to zero when it was $30, dude. Now it's like 100. See, it's rough, man. And then when the Ponzi collapsed, we still went to 60. It just took another week, then now zero. Right, sliced. Okay. So I'm not saying that's gonna happen like MicroStrategy, but man, it's just like they're asking for it, man. At this point, like, friends, you already know that you can't give infinite yield as a guarantee. I don't care what you do, dude. You can't. The only thing in the world that can do that is a central bank minting its own currency. And by the way, when they're minting their own currency, they're literally sucking out everyone's purchasing power. You know why the government can keep doing that, friends? Because they have an army which controls the population. And everybody is like, bonded in the network. So you can't leave anyway. There's passports, there's checks, there's IDs, there's police, there's a tax collection system. It's an actual full network. You get it? And you have an army. Like if you try to run off and leave with the country's money, they'll kill you. This is every country. America, doesn't matter where it is, right? So they can just keep drawing of the purchasing power from the population. And, they pay everybody out in the media to tell everyone that everyone's winning when they're actually losing, okay? That is who can pay you infinite Ponzi yield. And it's a sleight of hand because they're paying you 3%, 4% yield on the bond, but they're actually printing 8%. See what I mean? When you're a stock company and there's regulators, you don't have the guns, dude. You don't have you're the one who gets sacrificed, okay? Because you promised everybody the 9% Ponzi yield infinitely. And yeah, friends, it all does come down to the infinite price appreciation modeling of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy to offer preferred stock with a twist that could yield 10%. Oh man, it's just, bro, it's just like, you know, MicroStrategy offering it like it's 9% Ponzi yield, and it's just wild, man. They can toggle it every month. Like, that's what Luna Anchor did, bro. That's exactly what they did. They offered a stablecoin. They go, don't worry, this one's totally going to work out forever. Oh boy. And it relies on Bitcoin going up. So what if it goes down and you have a lot of investors offside? Well, you now have to sell the Bitcoin. Yeah, but what if you're buying the Bitcoin at 130 and when the time they come for the redemption stuff, you've got to start selling it at like 90,000. You're taking like 40% cuts just to pay off this yield. You better pray to God it starts recovering. So this is what I lean back to this thing, friends, as well. As we traverse the bull market, like, you think you want to win all the time, but if you're God or you're the narrator, you're watching the movie, you don't want to win all the time, man. You want to know why? Winning all the time makes you confident and arrogant and euphoric, way beyond what a human should be. Michael Saylor, the best thing that would have happened to him is that he had to have gone through a period of 2021 after the top, 2022 collapse. The best thing that could have happened to him is that he had to sell a bit of the Bitcoin. Maybe sell like 25%. Just to feel the pain of over leveraging, you know. But he didn't have to sell a single thing because he got away with murder in the last cycle. Okay, it's like I say, it's like going to the casino and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna put me and my family savings on black at the casino, and you win it. You're like, okay, cool, we'll put 60K in, we doubled it up 2x. Now we got 120K. See what I mean? So getting the point, friends. It's kind of funny, man, as well. Every Bitcoin Maxi is pretending like it's totally legit and sustainable. Friends, you know, I watch all the podcasts, Bitcoin Maxis, they hate Ethereum. And they always say Ethereum gives you yield. It's fake inflation, fake yield. It's all a Ponzi. They all say it's going to zero, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, okay, bro, if it's all a Ponzi, what do you say to MicroStrategy's 9%? They're like, oh, no. It's one of the greatest long-levered call options because he's borrowing against it. Just shut up, bro. Just shut up. Basically, when it comes to your coin, because it's Bitcoin, I love Bitcoin because I have Bitcoin, but when it's your coin, because you're basically all in your maxi of it, you're starting to bend the rules and stuff. It's totally the same thing, friends. It's literally, make no mistake about it. And that's why I said, remember I told you I started by telling you, like, it's never the low IQ peanut brains who are convincing all these people to do it. It's never someone like me or you. It's someone who's too smart for their own good. You know, it's always that type of person. So this will not end with everyone getting rich forever. It will end with explosive diarrhea capitulations. You know, I've already made, I've just gone through, there's so many risks with these things. But let's see where we end up. But still, friends, you know, even despite all that, we've got to play some Pumpy G music. Just to remind you of something. Even after all that, it's important that you got to bet more than you can afford to lose. The wielder of Spoonie. Okay, betting more than you can afford to lose. So that's true, man. You know all these, there are risks. Yeah, but that's it, man. Everything's got risks. Everything's got risks. The goal, though, is, friends, you just remember, it's all coming back down to that old stock market mantra of buy low, sell high. Yeah, buy low, aka buy from the pessimists. Yes, that's pessimists. Buy from them. They're the ones selling. They're like, oh, everything's bad. It's going to be bad forever. I would like to sell. That's what they keep saying. Buy from the pessimists. Buy with the pessimists around. Sell into the optimists. Okay? They're like, wow, I'm so optimistic for the future. These things are going to go up forever. Sell into them. Okay? And it's not because you want to exit. It's not about that. Because you have to. Right? Because you know, you're looking at these people. That's why, friends, you never know. Maybe we just see, like I say, a wild company put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. You never know, friends. Imagine, PlayBoy. PlayBoy, just give you an example right now. I'll just give you let me see if I can find a PlayBoy magazine picture, but with the girls have their clothes on. Yeah, these ones are all right. So, you know, like, I'm just giving you an example, PlayBoy. I just guessed once. You know the B in PlayBoy? Imagine they like just be like, hey, we're a Bitcoin treasury company now, and we're changing the B to the Bitcoin logo. You know, like they rewrite the PlayBoy. I'm just shoot something out. Like, imagine that happens at like Bitcoin 240K or something, you know? And I'm just thinking, man, your whole business model is for girls to get her boobies out. Now you put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Something's telling me you're not a cypherpunk, PlayBoy magazine. Like, I hope it's something like that. You know, PlayBoy magazine's funny. Okay? I want to see a cringe one. Like I see PETA, the animal activists. You know what I mean? Like, but maybe something else. But we're building into that. Because when you're at that moment, that's when you can like feel like, wait a minute. You are the last type of person that I want to see to defend the castle with me. which means you're not going to defend the castle. You're actually going to be running out of the castle and then telling everybody else to burn the castle. Once you sell the low and take the loss, you're going to be begging BlackRock to tell the US government, which is the same thing, to please come and ban crypto because you over leveraged and you took a loss, right? That's how these things go, right? So we're traversing the bull market. These things are multifaceted, so friends. This is how these things go. Thing though is, once you got a grip on this, okay, it's more important than knowing the specific price because everyone's got a price target, you know, but you don't be caught with your pants down. That's actually what happened in 2021. In 2021, the price target was never met, but the emotional reaction of the crowd was met. So that's something you and I have to learn and apply for this cycle. Like, subscribe, belly button or devs cook, and catch you soon.